Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live pop-up chat, and this one is a little bit different because I am kind of bringing you the Saturday Talk of the Crown live chat just a little bit earlier in the day. So I appreciate that many of you didn't know the time, so most of you will probably be watching on catch up, but anyway, here I am. And I'm trying to make this one a little bit more concise. So let me read through some of the topics that we're going to be talking about today. So it is Saturday the 16th of November 2019, and we are going to be talking about Prince Andrew and the upcoming BBC Two 9 p.m. documentary. There has been some snippets released, so we'll be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the Duchess of Cambridge, Catherine, and her collaboration, her Christmas collaboration, with none other than the Bake Off's Mary Berry. We're also going to be talking about Fergie, Sarah, Duchess of York, and what she has said about Prince Andrew. And also, we're going to be talking about the story that's doing the rounds about Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, still not being a full-on British citizen. So, before I start, I want to go and find the chat room. So let me just find that on the computer. Hello, I hope you've all had an amazing, fabulous week. I know I have. Right, I can see people in the room. I think some notifications have gone out. Like I said, I do appreciate this is a little bit earlier in the day. Alicia says, what's that letter in the frame in the corner? That one down there? It's something to be hung up. It's actually, I'll show you. Hang on. I will go and get it and show you. Because it is kind of pertinent. So this was my nan's. When it was the Queen's golden wedding anniversary, every couple that was married in the same year as the Queen was invited to a garden party. Now, my nan didn't make it to the main Buckingham Palace garden party, but she did have one at a big country house actually in the county. And she was also sent this by the Queen and Prince Philip. So it's just a little, it says, this is a special year for you and for us, and we are sorry that you cannot be at Buckingham Palace on the 15th of July to celebrate our golden wedding. We hope that you have a very happy anniversary and send our best wishes and congratulations to you. And it's Elizabeth and Philip, and this was hung in my nan's living room since then. So obviously now that, not my nan that's in there now, my other nan that passed away. So I inherited this, and this has been waiting to go on my office wall somewhere. So it will get hung up. So I bought some non-stick wall hanging fixing, so that will actually go up on there. So thank you for asking what that actually was. Kelly says, I'm so sorry I missed the Patreon chat yesterday. So happy for you and Matt. Thank you. And he does send his love. He's actually downstairs now working. Unique K says, hi Elliot and Royal Reviewer. Oh, it skipped. Hang on. Yes, happy Saturday to you all. Happy Saturday to everyone. It's morning in Delaware. Hello to you. Really good lighting. Yes, I finally found my lighting. Thank you. By the way, do tell me if the glare in the glasses is a little bit bothersome, because I can take them off. Cheryl says, I love your new office and your new look. Very professional as usual. Thank you very much. We will get into the stories in just a moment. Oh, Joe Bop is in Shanghai. Hello, to Shanghai. Alicia says, do you think other monarchs in the future will do that? Oh, do what? I think I've missed what you said earlier. Let me know what you think they'll do next. Robin says, and your head is almost out of the screen at the top. Not hating at all. I thought, oh, well, if I sit back, it's fine. It's because I'm leaning forward, people. But maybe I could just angle it a bit higher. There you go. Better? Maybe? And I think I like it a bit further down. It's because I'm leaning forward, that's all. Robin says, yes, the glare is a little too much. I can take them off, but let me know. Glasses or no glasses? Alicia says, with the golden wedding anniversary. Oh, yes. Well, it depends if any monarch gets to that kind of a milestone in the future. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe William and Catherine in the future, they might make it to 50 years, who knows? Kelly says, how are Molly and Rory with Matt? Oh, Molly sat on the sofa now with Matt while he's working. Colleen says, you look very handsome today. Thank you. Right, enough of the flattery. As much as I love the flattery, let's go straight into the story. So the main story of the day is, of course, Prince Andrew. Now, yesterday when I made the video, we didn't have any information kind of about the content of the interview. But since then, the BBC has released a short video clip where Prince Andrew talks about the Queen and part of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, which we'll go through in a moment. So we have a little bit more information ahead of the actual documentary. So I would like to point out that at this point in time, the full interview, rather, not documentary, the full interview has not aired. So I don't know at this point the whole content. I will tomorrow do a chat where I will talk about the entire interview. So yes, tune in tomorrow for my full review. I will be watching tonight, I will make notes, and I will give you my full review of the interview tomorrow. Probably, maybe this time or maybe in the evening, I'm not entirely sure. But let's talk about what we do actually know. So Prince Andrew has actually used the word honourable. So he says he was being honourable. Well, he implied he was being honourable by staying with Jeffrey Epstein, despite it being wrong. And he also said he let the side down, meaning the royal family. But he also said, in a nutshell, that he had no recollection of meeting Virginia. Oh, I have a donation, $2 Canadian from Kisha. Hope I said your name correct. Thank you so much to Kisha. And of course you get the golden fan clap. So there we go. Golden fan clap for you. Mwah, and a big kiss. And a thank you. So yes, he says he has no recollection of meeting Virginia Roberts. And of course we know the allegations that she has made against him. But he is saying that he has no recollection of that meeting. This is a full-on, no-holds-barred interview. From the clip that I have watched, it's certainly, the interviewer, I think, has been given carte blanche to just literally go in there and ask whatever she wants, and she has. And Andrew, it appears from the very short clip that I've seen at this point, he appears to have answered, fully. Whether or not he's telling the truth, we do not know, but the one thing we do know is that is what he has said. So, reserve judgment until we've seen the whole thing, but that is what he is saying at this point in time. I'm just trying to find some. Yes, he said that it was too honourable to refuse. So I think what he says is the mistake that he could kick himself for over and over again is that he stayed with Jeffrey Epstein after he had been convicted of his crimes. So after he had served his jail term for that, obviously Andrew was pictured inside of his home. Was it New York? I think it may have been New York. And also he was photographed walking with him. And Andrew says that he did that because he was being honourable to his friend, but he did realise that was a mistake. So he did say that was a mistake. And he did say that he'd let the side down, meaning the royal family. And he also, this is my opinion. I think the thing that he found hard to give up with the Jeffrey Epstein relationship was probably the freebies. Jeffrey Epstein had homes in different places. He was wealthy. And I think Andrew was kind of lured a little bit by the exuberance of lifestyle. And also the freebies. We know, I'm not being horrible, but we know that both Sarah and Andrew, they like a freebie. And I think he found giving up those freebies to be very difficult. That's just my own opinion on that one. But anyway, he says that he was being honourable, an honourable friend by sticking with him, I suppose, is what he's implying. But he does admit that was a mistake. That's what he's saying. But like I said, he also says he has no recollection whatsoever of meeting Virginia Roberts. Again, we don't know if he's being truthful on that or not. This is not a trial. He's not under any he hasn't had to swear an oath on the Bible. So this is just an interview. This is what he has said at this point. He told BBC's Emily Maitlis that it was a convenient place to stay, which plays into what I feel that, in a way, was he using Jeffrey Epstein to get freebies? It was a convenient place to stay. He says, I mean, I've gone through this in my mind so many times. At the end of the day, with the benefit of all the hindsight that one can have, it was definitely the wrong thing to do. But at the time, I felt it was the honourable and right thing to do. And I admit fully that my judgment was probably coloured by my tendency to be too honourable, but that's just the way it is. Again, I read that as being, he likes the freebies. That's kind of, oh, freebies include what? Well, in this case, the one that we know that he had was probably a place to stay. We can surmise all we like as to what other freebies there may have been, but the one that we definitely know for sure was that he had a place to stay. So that is what I am meaning at the moment. So obviously, he also said the problem was the fact that once he had been convicted, I stayed with him. Now, again, does he mean stayed with him as a friend, or did he mean stayed with him in his house? That comment is a little bit open-ended as far as I'm concerned. Then he continues, that's the bit I kick myself for on a daily basis, because it was not something that was becoming of a member of the royal family, and we try and uphold the highest standards and practices, and I let the side down. Simple as that. So he admits that basically he let the side down, he let the Queen down. That is kind of what he's saying. Yeah, he also said he doesn't remember meeting Miss Roberts, despite the photographic, evidence that has been produced. The photo where he has his hand around her waist. So, again, he denies that. He said, I have no recollection of ever meeting this lady, none whatsoever. The interviewer says, you don't remember meeting her? And he says, no. He firmly states no. Now, I do think that we should all watch the interview. So if you're able to, if you live around the world, it is BBC 2, 9 p.m. tonight. And it's a Newsnight special. It's called Prince Andrew and the Epstein Scandal. Let me see if there's any other... Yeah. There's no other kind of quote, really. So that is where I'm going to leave that particular story at right now. But I do want to see what people are saying. So I'm going to kind of scoot up a little bit. Let me just find out where I've got to. So, Annie Thomas says, I can't wait for the Prince Andrew question time, Newsnight special, but I think Buckingham Palace will vet it word by word. Who knows? I don't know what kind of understanding the palace had with the BBC. The BBC are supposed to be an independent broadcasting company. Yes, they are partly state funded by the taxpayer, but they are supposed to be, one of their codes of practices is that they are supposed to be independent. From the clip that I saw, it didn't seem scripted. Yes, I think the palace would have probably given carte blanche for him to be asked any question on that subject, but it didn't seem to me to be staged. I will say that from the very short clip I've seen, but I will reserve judgment for that. And yes, I think the palace probably will have seen a copy of it before it went out. So yes, probably. Oh, Nancy doesn't like the glare. Okay, let's try the second part with no glasses. Cheryl says, I'm so glad he's speaking up for himself. Hello to Christine. Thank you, Bella. Right. Lee says Andrew denied everything. Well, we don't know if he denied everything because we haven't seen the whole interview. In the clip, he denied meeting Virginia Roberts. That is true. Mellow Sidad 1 says, do you think Harry and Meghan are making a big mistake by not spending Christmas with the royal family? That's subjective because it's a personal choice. You know, what I might do or what you might do, what I might feel right for me, what you might feel right for you, is completely different to what somebody else might think and feel is right for them. Harry and Meghan obviously feel that what they need is time away. And they, for whatever reason, have obviously come to the conclusion that the best thing for them is to spend time on their own with Meghan's mom, wherever that might be. It still could be at Frogmore, it could be in the States, it could be anywhere. But they have come to that conclusion for themselves, and I think that needs to be respected. They did make a big point, the palace made a big point of pointing out that that they had the Queen's full support. I think the Queen will be very understanding of the position that they have found themselves in. She will know all about what's going on with the media. And, when people say, why hasn't the Queen supported Harry and Meghan, blah, blah, blah. Actually, what she's doing now is supporting Harry and Meghan. She's giving them their blessing to do what they want, to do what they think is going to make them happy. So, good on the Queen, because I'm sure she would really love to see Harry and Meghan at Sandringham and Archie. I'm sure she would. But, she has put aside her own personal feelings and she has said, look, if that's what you need, then have it. Go for it. If that's what's going to make you happy, do it. And that's what they've done. So, it's very hard to say if it's a mistake by not spending Christmas with the royal family. I think it's going to bring them scrutiny. It's definitely, it's a decision that's opened them up to scrutiny and criticism. But who is anyone to criticise or scrutinise? If it's right for them, then I'm happy. And that, more importantly, the Queen is happy. So I think that's important to remember. Kelly says, it was going to happen one holiday that Harry and Meghan would spend it with Joy. Yes, just the same as William and Catherine have with the Middletons. Right, I'm going to kind of scoot down a little bit. Thank you for your answer. Yes, thank you for your question. Right, I am going to move on now to the Sarah story, because this kind of follows on from the Prince Andrew. So Sarah Ferguson, Sarah Duchess of York. Oh, by the way, I will point out, somebody said, what is her official title now? Her official title is Sarah Duchess of York, and when they're divorced, when she was married to Andrew, she was Her Royal Highness the Duchess of York. When she got divorced, she lost the HRH, exactly the same as Diana did, and she became Sarah Duchess of York. So she's not the Duchess of York, she is Sarah Duchess of York, which is, she kind of almost uses Duchess of York as a surname. That's kind of how it goes. If she was to remarry Andrew, she would get the HRH back and she would be Her Royal Highness the Duchess of York again. Anyway, she has come out in support of Andrew and said, Andrew is a true gentleman. She's praised her ex-husband, the Duke of York, as he is steadfast to his duty. And she said this ahead of this interview. And I'm trying to just see if there's any here we go. She actually said it in a tweet. Was it a tweet or an Instagram post? I think it was a tweet where she said, it's so rare to meet people that are able to speak from their hearts with honesty and pure real truth, that remain steadfast and strong to their beliefs. Andrew is a true and real gentleman and is stoically steadfast to not only his duty, but also his kindness and goodness. And then she attached at the Duke of York. So that was Twitter, and that is what she's done. She has come out in support of her ex-husband. Again, you can make of that what you will. That is entirely up to you. She said, I am deeply supportive and proud of this giant of a principled man that dares to put his shoulder to the wind and stands firm with his sense of honour and truth. For so many years he has gone about his duties for Great Britain and the monarch. It is time for Andrew to stand firm now, and that he has, and I am with him every step of the way, and that is my honour. We have always walked tall and strong, he for me and me for him. We are the best examples of joint parenting with both our girls, and I go back to my 3 C's: communicate, compromise and compassion. There we go. That is what Sarah has to say. And again, you can make of that entirely what you will. Let me just see what people are saying. Yeah, I know people are going to have their opinions on that. Yeah, lots of people are saying who they believe, what they believe. But I'm going to move on. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this particular chat a little bit punchy and to the point. So, I want to talk about something positive. We've had a bit of the negative news. Now let's talk about something positive. So, I want to talk about Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, and her Christmas collaboration with the Bake Off's Mary Berry. Now, do you know who Mary Berry is? If you've seen the Great British Bake Off not in the current series, but Mary Berry was one of the judges on the Great British Bake Off. She's been a long-standing, influential chef, cook, baker in British TV and magazines and books and that kind of thing. So the Duchess of Cambridge will be guest of honour on the December show. The pair are expected to create a feast for volunteers working over the Christmas period. So this is all in aid of charity. It comes after it was revealed that Catherine had private talks with the BBC Director General, and the TV special is reportedly undergoing the working title, The Mary Berry Royal Christmas Show. So this sounds very interesting. Let me see if there's any other details. Oh, by the way, Mary Berry is 84, and wow, still making amazing television, so I think that's really, really lovely. We don't have any air dates. Again, that is only a provisional working title. But the pair are said to have become friends through their charity work and are expected to create a feast for volunteers working over the Christmas and New Year period. Right. Have they filmed this already or not? Because if they have not filmed it, invite me, because I want to taste and test all that food, please. There we go. So it came after there were reports of talks with the BBC. And yes, what a better way to spend the Christmas than to team up with Mary Berry. And as we know, Catherine likes to make her own preserves and chutney. I think she actually gifted chutney that she made herself to the Queen one Christmas, and the Queen actually had the chutney out at the table the very next day. So the Queen, I think, appreciated Catherine's homemade chutney. We don't know where this is going to take place. It could even take place at a royal venue, maybe some kind of royal location, maybe a palace. I don't know. And there we go. That's kind of all we know so far, but it looks to be very interesting. Let's see what people are saying. Ninova says, wow, Mary Berry looks great for her age. She's awesome. Yeah, 84. Wow. I hope I look that good at 84. Karine says, I'm sure I would have landed on, if you fell. Wow. Angelic says, it would be horrible if they spent it with the... going back to Harry and Meghan. Why would it be horrible if they spent it with the Obamas? Well, we don't know. We don't know where Harry and Meghan might be spending Christmas. It's every chance it's the UK. Every chance it could be anywhere else. We really don't know. Shibli Mifos says, sounds fun. I wonder if the kids might be guests. Again, we don't know. No, I don't think for the TV show. They may go and visit and eat some of the food behind the scenes, but I kind of think that it will just be Catherine with Mary Berry and kind of focusing on the charities, I think. Sharon Welsh says, well done, Catherine. Look forward to watching it when it first hits the screen. Right, let's move on to the next story, which is Meghan. So, the Duchess of Sussex is still not technically a British citizen. Now, this for me is a bit of a non-story story. So, I kind of think that they're trying to make, again, a mountain out of a molehill. We knew that when Meghan married Harry, that this was going to be a long process. We knew that her transitioning from, kind of gaining British citizenship was going to just follow the normal procedure. We knew right from the start, I remember doing live chats about it, that she wasn't going to be fast-tracked. She wasn't going to be treated any differently to any other person that is going through the same process. So this is just a non-story story. It's not surprising to me that she still hasn't gone through the whole of this process. She is still very much undergoing it. And yes, it has been, she's probably applied for this round about 2 years ago. But spouses must be in the UK for 3 years before being granted citizenship. So, really, all the story is that she's not being treated unfairly. She's not being treated in any kind of biased way compared to anyone else who's undergoing the same process. And I kind of feel I think that's the correct thing. I think that's the right thing to do. But also, I think it's probably what Meghan would want to. I don't think that she would want to be treated, to be given that special treatment above anyone else. I think that she would want to be treated fairly compared with everyone else. I don't think she'd want to be fast-tracked. So, again, it's just kind of a non-story story. And I think they're trying to whip up a bit of a storm. And just think what the media would have been like if she had have been fast-tracked. I mean, can you imagine? They'd have something else to pick on, wouldn't they? So I'm kind of glad that she is just undergoing the normal process, and it's just playing out. There we go. Merlin, I've heard that you have to be married for 3 years, in what I'm reading now it says 3 years. Veronica says tabloids are running out of what to publish about Meghan, so they're drumming things up about her citizenship. Yes, exactly. Something's afoot. Isn't there always something afoot? Yes, it's another much ado about nothing. Karine says, sounds like anyone trying to emigrate between the USA and the UK, either way, is quite a difficult process. Yes. Lots of hoops to jump through, and Meghan is no exception. We have been told that right from the start, so it's a non-story story. A non-story story, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to give that story one of those, because it is most definitely a non-story story. Why no tiara? Because someone commented yesterday that it looks more professional without, so I'm trying it without. I read the comments, people. Don't think I don't. Robin says, I think she needs to keep her American citizenship and become a dual citizen. We don't know what she's going to do. There are different options that she could take, but I think first of all, she just needs to get the British one as well, and then she can decide in the future what she wants to do with, if she wants to continue being dual or not. New Kit Life and Time says, I like the tiara, it's very professional. People have different views. Rosa says, all the hate and racist and bullying is no good treatment. It's not good treatment, definitely not. Nobody should be exposed to any of that. Lots of people missing the tiara. Maybe I'll do some with and some without. Can't please everybody, can you? Jean says, hello from South Carolina. I love Her Royal Highness and her family, especially Princess Catherine. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all. It's coming up to I've heard Christmas songs today. I was out shopping and they've got Christmas songs already. Still feels too early. It really does. Alicia says, the tiara is what makes your channel unique. Thank you. Maybe, oh, my badge is upside down, look. There we go. I'll put it the right way up. Thank you. Right, I said I was going to make this punchy and quick, so I am going to wrap up this today. Like I said, I will watch the Prince Andrew interview tonight and I will make notes, and then tomorrow I will make a video breaking it all down and I will tell you exactly what I think. So there is no Talk of the Crown at 10 p.m. tonight. This is in lieu of that. But there will be a weekly vlog at the normal time tomorrow. So I do hope that you can all join me for that. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share it on social media, and also do hit that bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video, and also do make sure you are subscribed to the channel. So from me in Shropshire, mwah, to you all, and goodbye.